The Art of Active Learning. My name is Sally Uzamba. I am a foster child from the northern part of San Antonio. Moved to New Braunfels right after junior year and graduated from New Braunfels High School. Currently I am a freshman majoring in biomedical sciences with pre-medical concentration, who has the benefits of a free college education. The resources I used earlier this semester were quantitative and qualitative research from the ONET website done on any profession. I chose to look into the medical professions with an aim to know more about the work of a surgeon. My initial case study was going to be practice in hospital setting. With the permission of Dr. Marcius, I was planning on shadowing in the neurosurgery clinic. However, due to the pandemic, I had to shift the settings of my case study, but this did not affect the hypothesis of my initial case study. Today we would find out if implementing active learning facilitate my learning and cognitive abilities. My hypothesis today is, by completing my active learning case study, I will see an improvement in my study ethics, knowledge retention, and comprehension of information. It's simple when you know how. Here are the secrets to learning how to actively learn. Step 1. I made a routine via my Google Planner. Since it was the beginning of the first week, I had to make a to-do list that needed to be followed. This way I did not waste my time trying to figure out what I needed to do, and the creation of a to-do list would help organize my tasks and prioritize my assignments. In order to create an effective routine to-do list, figure out what tasks weigh the most, what tasks consume the most time, what tasks benefit you the most, and with what tasks the benefit is minute. This form of organization would help you spend efficient time on a task with greater benefits, and for the tasks that requires more time and weighs more, you can split the task over the course of multiple days. For example, you could spend a week writing an essay, while for other assignments you can start with the ones that are due the earliest. Day 2. Focus on the most important task. For example, mine was my biology homework. Instead of passively looking up the homework solutions online, try reading the textbook and jotting down important points or concepts that requires emphasis. You doing this is an active way to study and understand the concepts while looking for the solutions, which would improve your knowledge apprehension. The best way to take these types of notes would be either color coding key points or recording specific concepts found in the textbook that would help you with what you are studying. For me, the recording worked better, because I was able to listen to the concepts while I read out loud. This gives me the chance to think about ways to connect the dots between the concepts and the necessary solution. Day 3. Repeat Day 2 procedures, but this time create a questionnaire for yourself. For example, I did a study guide, which is a collection of all the important information. The study guide is a way to word the information in a simplified format. That way you can go over it to remind yourself of the information before a test. However, the study guide is not a studying ethic. You only benefit from a study guide when you understand the information already. The creation of the study guide forced me to connect the concepts together and fill in the blanks. It was a way for me to interpret the information I learned. This is a good way to store the information you learn, because not only are you reading the information, you are also storing the information in your long-term memory. This is the major difference between passive and active learning. Passive learning only targets the short-term memory, while active learning targets the long-term memory. Day 4. Use your study guide from Day 3 to teach your peers. This would help you engrave the information in your mind. Create a study group. This way your peers can alter your study guide by adding other valuable information to fill in the blanks. Repeat for Day 5. My results. During this study, I noticed all medical professions shared 5 skills, which are communication, active learning, critical thinking, active listening, and fast decision-making. Out of these skills, I chose to improve on my active learning. From researches such as resident-to-resident bedside teaching, an innovative concept to medical student and tutor perceptions on active learning strategies, I found tips I could use to improve my active learning skills. However, due to the virus outbreak, I would be unable to follow these steps. So, I came up with a plan to apply the changes to my online classes by forcing a new routine of studying and research, which could be a good approach to active learning. After my observations, I had specific recurring themes such as understanding, confident, motivated, prioritization, and engaged. For the first day observation, I felt more engaged since I actively created a routine that I had to follow for the entire week. Just being able to visualize what I needed to study for and create a blueprint for it helped me organize my train of thought. This would not be achieved when passively learning, because usually I do my assignments with the due dates in mind. Passively learning leads to a negative feedback loop, because I am getting work done with the minimal work learned. In Medical Student and Tutor Perceptions on Active Learning Strategies by Cater, the routine they made was constructing multiple choice questions. The construction of the multiple choice questions gave students the opportunity to improve in their engagement. For the second day of observation, there was a significant change in how I prioritized what homework needed to be done. Since I followed a routine of mapping out what I had to learn, I noticed I researched more on the topics that was heavily emphasized in my assignments. Logically, I worked on the homework that had more concepts and weighed more, leading to a better study ethic and time management. According to Kumar and Agarwal, having the relevant study material about a topic helps in the overall development of one's prioritization of result-oriented goals. On the third day of observation is when I started utilizing the idea of teaching to learn. I noticed an increase in my understanding of the subject, leading to a better retention of information. Tutoring my peers forced me to translate the information learned, compelling me to actively interpret the information simply to improve the general understanding of the topic. According to Kumar and Agarwal, the idea of teaching forces one to think independently, question and critically review things. For the fourth day observation, my confidence level increased significantly. This is a result of me having a better recollection of the topic learnt and coming out with flying colors on my biology exam. The better recollection stemmed from me explaining the topic to my friends in a way that we could all understand. According to Kumar and Agarwal, teaching instills a sense of confidence, improving the academic performance. For the fifth day of observation, I noticed positive correlation between my academic performance and the time spent actively learning. With this in mind, I felt motivated to continue this trend and work more on my active learning skill for a better result. So, it is safe to say that practicing this skill will simultaneously improve my knowledge gain and recall abilities, and increase my performance outcome. In conclusion, the shared theme amongst my observations are abilities that will reinforce my active learning skills. The themes such as understanding, confident, motivated, prioritization, and engaged can be tied back to the self-actualization and esteem portion from the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Hence, I look forward to using this skill in my daily study routine.